Analysis of mystery tar balls on a Sydney beach reveals shocking gross origins. This is by John Beves and William Alexander Donald from The Conversation. The mysterious black balls that washed up on Sydney's beach in mid October were likely lumps of fatberg containing traces of, okay, sit down, human feces, methamphetamine, and PFAS, according to a new detailed analysis of their composition. Initial reports suggest the ominous lumps were probably tar balls from an oil spill. However, analysis with a barrage of scientific tests has revealed a more complicated picture. The mysterious black balls. On October 16, the first reports emerged from Coogee Beach in Sydney's east. Lifeguards reported numerous black spheres on the sand that appeared at first glance to be tar-like. Similar sightings were soon reported at nearby Bondi, Bronte, Tamarama, and Maroubra beaches, prompting immediate closures and cleanup efforts. Authorities initially feared these could be toxic tar balls, leading to health advisories and public warnings. Preliminary testing by Randwick Council was consistent with tar balls made up of oil and debris. Oil or something more disgusting. We set out to find out exactly what the black balls were made of and where they come from. We ran a wide range of tests and analysis with colleagues from UNSW in collaboration with Mark Wainwright Analytical Center and the Environmental Forensics Arm of the Federal Department of Climate Change, Environment, Energy, and Water. We also collaborated with NSW Environment Protection Authority, EPA, and Randwick Council. Initial testing, based primarily on results from a technique called solid-state nuclear magnetic resonance spectroscopy, suggested the material resembled unrefined oil. However, further testing indicated the different, more disgusting composition. Analyzing the elements involved revealing the black goop was mostly carbon. Radiocarbon dating then showed only about 30% of the carbon had a fossil origin, suggesting fossil fuels were not the major component of these balls. We also identified significant levels of calcium, a much smaller amount of various metals. Spectroscopic tests showed signatures in the black balls matching fats, oils, and greasy molecules often found in soap scum, cooking oil, and food sources. This pointed to human waste. PFAS, drugs, and signs of feces. The next step was to see if we could dissolve the substance in organic solvents. Only about 1/3 to 1/2 of the mass dissolved this way. We were able to take a closer look at the dissolved part using a technique called mass spectrometry, which identifies molecules by their weight and electric charge. This revealed molecules found in vehicle-grade fuels, as well as organic molecules such as fatty acids and glycerides. We also identified industrial perfluoroalkali substances, PFAS, or forever chemicals, steroidal components such as norgestrel, antihypertensive medications such as losartan, pesticides, and veterinary drugs. This is consistent with contamination from sewage and industrial runoff. There were also signs of human fecal waste, including a cholesterol byproduct called epicoprostanol, and residues of recreational drugs including THC, a compound found in the cannabis plant, and methamphetamine. This is consistent with contributions from domestic waste. Analyzing that part of the mass that we could not dissolve proved more challenging. Here we tried solid-state nuclear magnetic resonance and a method called Fourier transform infrared spectroscopy, which uses infrared light to detect chemicals. The results suggested that presence of fats, but they were not definitive. Were the blobs lumps of fatberg? So what does all this mean? The high levels of fat, oils, greasy molecules, and calcium, along with the low solubility, are consistent with a fatberg, a congealed mass of fats, oils, and greasy molecules that can accumulate in sewage. The detection of markers of human fecal matter, medication, and recreational drugs suggests the origin may be sewage or other urban affluent. However, while the composition of these black balls suggests they may be similar to fatbergs, we cannot definitively confirm their exact origin. The black ball incident does highlight the broader issue of pollution along Sydney's coastline. Recent reports indicate about 28% of monitored swimming sites in New South Wales are prone to pollution. Many receive poor water quality ratings, especially after rain. Beaches such as Gimea Bay, Coogee Bay, Malabar Beach, and Frenchman's Bay have been identified as areas of concern, with advisories against swimming due to contamination from human fecal matter. Urban waste pollution. Analyzing and understanding urban waste pollution is not an easy task. It requires a multidisciplinary approach. To unravel the complex composition of the blobs, we use carbon-14 dating, mass spectrometry, elemental analysis, and microscopy techniques. Even after we did all we did, we cannot yet draw definitive conclusions regarding the primary source of the blobs. This uncertainty reflects the broader challenges faced by scientists and environmental agencies in tracking and addressing pollution in coastal areas. This incident underscores the importance of thorough scientific analysis in understanding environmental issues. By continuing to investigate the sources and composition of such pollutants, we can learn more about how urban waste management affects the health of our coasts. And this is by Science Alert, on conversation by John Beves, Associate Professor of Chemistry, UNSW Sydney, and William Alexander Donald, Professor of Chemistry at ARC, Future Fellow, UNSW Sydney. Please leave your comments and thank you for your support. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.